So about a year ago, Biohome developed or brought on the market a new media called BioGravel. The Pond Guru did an interesting video on that, showing how it could be used if you had a BioOrb built aquarium to hopefully upgrade that to the point where it would maybe keep your fish alive. And so we've sold a fair bit of that. I always, when I looked at it, I thought, well, this is a great substrate, but I wasn't really sure that it was a very good filter media, except in a special case like a BioOrb. Well, recently I've had a number of people giving reviews and seem to be using it in different applications with good results. So I decided I was going to try a little experiment here. We've had this ER1 that I have on my quarantine tank has been running 10 kilograms of mini media for some time now. I'd have to look at the logs to see actually when we started this thing up, but I'm pretty sure it's in excess of a year, maybe a couple years now. At any rate, I decided I was going to swap that out with some BioGravel and just see what kind of results I get. I was happy to see, I thought occasionally that I probably ought to pull the media out and see how it's faring, but never got around to it until now. I always do see every time I flush this filter out, well, I flush it probably every other day, pretty much, and then I give it a thorough cleaning once a month, like I do the R3s in my pond. And I always see some debris in the bottom of it, which looks like it's some of the sand coming off of the media. But I just dumped this, and I'm actually looking at what would have been at the bottom, and I was happy to see that it's relatively clean. There's a little bit of debris here and there, but it doesn't look to me like it's getting enough crap on it to plug anything up. And more importantly, can't see a great deal of wear. A few of the pieces might look a little bit used, but all in all, looks pretty darn good. So I was happy to see that. So anyways, we're going to rinse the rotifers off of here. They like to put their little egg capsules all over the place, so I'm going to rinse this off real nice. And we'll fill it up with BioGravel, see how much it'll take. And then it's going to be interesting to see a couple things. One, it will do a better job, and two, how quickly it's going to come up to steam here after I put brand new media in the filter. Something that we don't really recommend you do with a tank that's got some fish in it, but there you go. Let's see how it works out, and probably reduce the feeding for a bit and see how things go. So there's a couple possible advantages to using the BioGravel. One, it's the densest media that Biohome makes by quite a bit, and so we're able to get quite a bit more. Where we had 10 kilograms of mini in there, now we are getting 12 kilograms of BioGravel. And then because of its smaller size, there's tremendous amount more surface area on the surface. Now, whether there's more surface area in the volume is sort of an interesting question, because it's one of the reasons I didn't think it was really going to be a great media, is because it was so dense. I'm not sure what the internal structure looks like. Well, I've seen pictures of it, so the internal structure looks a lot like any other Biohome, but obviously it's denser, and there must be a reason for that. So I'm assuming it's because there's less spaces inside of it. So that may or may not be a good thing. That may actually result in better nitrate reduction. I wasn't able to get any nitrate reduction before. I didn't have near enough media in the system to deal with the 500-gallon tank, and I'm not sure I do now either, but we'll give her a shot, and it's going to be interesting to see how quickly this stuff will come up to speed, take care of the ammonia and the nitrite, and then later if it does anything with the nitrate, and if it will allow me to feed my load a little, my koi a bit more as well without having problems. So that's all the sort of things that I'm looking for here over the next few months. So it should be hopefully an interesting experiment. So right now I'm running about 6 grams per gallon estimated load in this tank, and I got up to, I was hoping to feed 16 grams of food per 4 times a day, and I found that I couldn't do that because my nitrates started appearing. So I backed off to 11, which is working very nicely. So that's one of the things I'm going to be looking for, whether I can get past that 11 gram, actually 44 grams a day load or feeding or not. That'll give me some idea how well this media works. So, time will tell. So there we've got it back in operation. Got a couple of Fluval 406s running in parallel with it. They're there for testing purposes for the Fluvals, for various tests that I might come up with, since most of my customers are actually having aquariums and filters, canister filters of that type. I tied these on next to this filter just for testing purposes. Added about three bags of filter starter balls here to help get things started. So next thing we'll do here in a second is actually take some water readings as a starter, and then we'll be checking that regularly to see how things are going. So here we have the results of the initial water testing, looking about what I expected, 0,0 for ammonia and nitrite. The nitrate looks like it's been a little lower than it has been. I've been calling it 100 because it's appeared to be a little redder than 80. Actually, it looks like it is either 80 or perhaps a little below that, but actually I need to let that set for a few more minutes. Here, maybe another minute or two, and I'll take a closer look at it and call that. But anyway, good to see those results at the moment, and we'll see what it looks like tomorrow and the day after that.